When was the last time you got to, reconnect with a childhood friend?
It's been a while.
Yeah, it's been a while. Well, I had one stay with me this past weekend.
Okay.
We were, I guess, like close friends, like middle school age, like really, like.
Do I know who this person is?
And, you do. Yeah.
Okay.
You probably didn't know that. But he came back to the area because he had a high school reunion, which also 30-year high school reunion, which is technically what I would have if I went to school, wasn't homeschooled.
Yep.
Which
how's that make you feel?
I had never thought about it because I don't have those reunions, so like it didn't really sink in until he's saying that, and then I'm like, oh my gosh, 30-year high school, like that's crazy. But at the same time, I feel like I feel now as is physically, I feel as probably I haven't felt as good since in my 20s.
Yeah.
And so, from that standpoint, it's great. And then I'm much wiser and smarter than I was in my 20s.
Yes.
So in general, like, I'm okay with it. Like, I'm good with where I'm at, but it was just like realizing that I was like, oh my gosh, like that's crazy.
It's crazy.
Hey, welcome back to Screen Time TV, a podcast where we discuss some of the latest streaming shows. So Jared, what you're saying is I still have a chance.
Yep.
So my name is Josh, and this is my co-host Jared.
Yes, hello, because that's essentially what I was going to do, just because also it's Dumb and Dumber.
Yeah,
so
when she said that, I was like, this is literally the live Dumb and Dumber.
There wasn't really any other contenders for lines in this episode, so...
All right, well, what we're talking about is Euphoria Season 3, Episode 2. And that's be a little bit deeper dive for us later in the show. But before that, we'll do some other things we've been watching. And then before that, we normally have feedback. I don't think we got anything this week, did we?
We did not.
It might be because we're recording. Our producer pulls stuff from the social content, and she normally does that on Mondays to pass along for us because we normally record on Tuesdays. But because I'm traveling to New York City,
Big Apple,
the Big Apple, later today, we had to record a day early, so we'll just double it up next week.
Yeah, we might have a lot next week.
Double up next week. All right. Well, then, since there's no feedback, let's get into what we've been watching, and I will kick it off with, since I mentioned New York.
Okay.
My little Apple Vision corner.
All right. There's
been a couple of these where they call Elevate, which is basically all drone footage of us. They did one of Hawaii. They did one recently of the Swiss Alps, I think.
Yeah.
Remember I was talking about it, which was not that long ago. Well, they just released one for New York City.
Nice.
The one thing that's different about this one is it is still 70% drone footage, but they did actually have a bunch of like on the street footage too that they mixed in. And it was kind of cool. It was kind of cool to have like that. And it was also exciting because I'm like, look, I love New York City. Like I just do. And it's like, even watching this, it was like getting me excited because I was already excited that I was going to be there for a few days because of work. And I was just, that alone, but then watching this got me even more excited because it's like we always talk about, it's hard to really explain it any more than just like, it makes you feel like you're there. Mm-hmm. And especially them having mixing in some of those ground shots. And it was just like, in some of the common touristy areas and then, someone's doing like a performer is doing something or doing, but they had some other stuff. It just gave you that New York City vibe. And I was like, I can't wait.
There really isn't any city like it, obviously.
I keep thinking like, I've never been to like Tokyo or some of these other like big cities that maybe kind of mirrors it in some way and the vibe, but at least in the US.
Yeah.
I've been to most major cities.
I've been to all of them.
Yeah. So you've been
it's definitely
Chicago is probably the closest, but even Chicago is not the same.
No, it's not the same.
But anyway, that's so there's just nothing like New York City.
Yep.
And Yeah. So obviously, if you have an Apple Vision Pro, but if you haven't, you're probably checking these out anyway. But it's still
I gotta
cool.
go. I still got to use yours for
you need
all
to
the music ones.
Take an afternoon and just use it. Yeah.
Yeah. There's a few music ones now you mentioned to me that I really want to check out.
Yeah. All right. Well, what's something you got?
So I think I'm going to assume this one we both have. So maybe I'll do my other one.
Okay.
I don't know if you watched this one. So this is a Apple film called Outcome. Did you watch
I did not watch that.
All right.
I'll start with this. I did not watch that.
Because I think my other one you might have watched.
Okay.
We can talk about it together. Mm-hmm. So this is, you're aware of this though?
Yes.
Yeah. This is the newest.
With your boy.
Yes. Keanu Reeves.
Keanu Reeves.
Yeah.
Couldn't think of his name out there.
Yes. So this is the newest Apple film. Jonah Hill stars and is the director. So really great cast in this. I was trying to think who else is in it. And there's some really great cameos too, actually. So, and also surprisingly short film. It is less than an hour and a half long, which is very nice and refreshing. That's, unfortunately, that's the only good about the movie though.
No.
I know. Because I mean, the actual plot is like really great though, because it's literally about Keanu Reeves and like he's playing himself essentially, different name, but he's like known as like the sweetest guy in Hollywood. You know, he always like Googles himself and sees like if there's anything, and it's nothing but like praise about him. But then there's a thing that happens, and you know, and then he has to like essentially go around and make amends. And anyway, but there's a lot of good cameos. So it's a great premise and a great cast, but the movie's just not good. Like it's hard to explain, but it's very strangely paced and edited is one of the first things I picked up on. And also Jonah Hill's character I can't stand him, which sucks because he's normally great, but like the character he's playing, he's supposed to be like most of the comedic relief, and he's just annoying, and it's not funny at all, which sucks. But everyone else is good in this, but
so we just watched them in the movie pocket, like in the 21 and 22 Jump Street.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I would. And it's just not very
voicing Green Lantern in the Lego movie.
Yeah, this is just not very enjoyable, and I would not recommend to watch this, even though it is short, which is a plus. But yeah, Outcome on Apple. I wish it was executed better. Martin, I'll go ahead and just a slight spoiler. One of the cameos is Martin Scorsese, which is just awesome. So like that was a highlight. But anyway,
he's been doing it. I mean, he was in the studio.
I know. So. It's interesting. He's like acting, yeah. And he was pretty good. Like he doesn't act. He's great in that. Yeah, he's good in this too. Yeah.
All right, we only have one more. Well, I'll do this one that I know it's not what you have, and then the other two things I have, one of them might be the thing you're talking about, one of them. So so this is from 2003.
Okay.
It's a TV pilot called Old School.
Never heard of
this. Yeah. It's because it never aired.
How'd you find it?
So someone was talking about this and said that you can watch on YouTube, so I went to watch it. Here's the reason. So it stars Natasha Lyonne and John Krasinski.
Wow.
And that it was post American Pie for her, but this was pre-Office for him.
Yes.
And so it's a comedy that follows a group of 20-somethings who work in a nostalgia shop and reminisce about the horrors of high school. And it's like they're like in the early 20s or mid 20s, and again, they like Natasha Lyonne owns this shop where it's just knickknacks and things that you kind of and
so would it be like 80s stuff then?
Yeah.
I guess for them for 2003.
Yeah. And so and it was all right. It wasn't that, I mean, definitely cheesy stuff in there. And
Yeah.
the way it was made was very classic sitcom-y. But
sounds cool though.
yeah,
that sucks that
yeah.
it was
and you
just
can find it on YouTube.
Okay.
It also has George Garcia
Yep.
from Lost. He was
Lost.
he was like
George. I must be thinking of someone else.
yeah, he was like the heavier guy,
Okay.
Hawaiian, I guess, that like island kind of like
All right, I think I know who you're talking
ethnicity.
about.
I think it was Huey, something like that.
Oh yes,
Yeah, and
yes,
like
Huey.
in
Okay.
Lost. Is that what it was? His name? Something like that.
Yes.
Yeah, that actor, he's in it too, is like one of the other people that kind of works there at this like
Cool.
and then kind of the premise of the pilot, the hot girl from school, like she shows up there, and then she wants to start working. She's got Barbies, and she wants to like partner with her, and then of course Natasha Lyonne's character, like she's like, we had like 6 classes together, and she didn't remember her because she was not popular, right? Mm-hmm. And that whole dynamic, and then of course John Krasinski's character like had a crush on her ever since like elementary school, so then he's got to play that like, and then but then she's like no longer like she was popular and got away with things, but like she's now like like doesn't have, I mean she didn't make anything of her life either, so like she's kind of like
she's a definition of peaked in high school.
Yeah, but then like she seems like a nice person, not like a jerk about it, but she's just like, well, I don't have it all just because I'm anyway. So but it was a decent pilot. Honestly, it was a decent pilot. Like it was one of those things that like they definitely would make it nowadays in the streaming. They would definitely at least make a season of it. But
I'll have to check it out. I never even knew about it. But what's interesting is the other person you talked about, because this is like you said, post American Pie, pre The Office, but then for the other guy, right around Lost.
I guess
maybe it was right before.
It may be pre Lost as well.
I feel like it was either 2003 or 2004 for the beginning of Lost,
and maybe when they shot the pilot. I mean that's when it came out, quote unquote. But anyway,
he might have not been in Lost then. That would have been a very different show then if they picked up this show.
Yeah, if they picked this up, he might have not been able to be on Lost. Yeah, it's true.
Especially back then, it probably would have been like 20 some episodes a season.
Yeah. All right. Well, what is it you got?
Yeah, this is the one. Did you watch The Audacity?
Yes.
Okay. All right. So
let me read the premise of that.
Yeah, go ahead.
So The Audacity, which is on AMC Plus.
Yep.
In the bubble of Silicon Valley, the unorthodox relationships between a wannabe tech titan and his therapist illustrate the valley's madness and failings. This has Billy Magnuson in it as the lead, and then we have Zach Galifianakis,
yes,
as kind of like a secondary character. Simone Helberg, Simon Helberg, also like a secondary character, which from the Big Bang Theory.
It's great to see him.
And then Rob Corddry.
Sure.
I'm trying to remember that. Like he was somebody that looked familiar.
Yeah, he looked familiar. Well, I'm
trying to think what else he's in, but he's like the balding guy. Yeah.
So his wife, though, is first thing I saw her in was Barry. She's the main girl in Barry.
No, I never watched Barry.
Oh, you never watched Barry? Okay. Anyway, so I like her too. I forget the actress's name, but
all right. Anyway,
I think it's his wife, right? Yeah, she's a therapist.
Yeah,
that they all go to.
Yeah. I don't. She didn't look familiar to me.
Okay.
But I didn't watch Barry, so.
So I like the setting premise a lot actually, and what I think is funny is it's like pretty much everyone in the show is just a terrible person, and what I liked about it is it's just. Because sometimes it's hard, especially if your whole cast is just terrible people. It's like, why do I want to watch this? But like, it's very entertaining to see them all spiral because they all do very quickly and get just embedded even more into, well, a lot of different things. I don't want to spoil it. Yes. I don't want to spoil it. Yeah. How much did you watch it?
I watched 2 episodes.
Okay. I did too. All right.
Yeah. I have not watched the third that just came out.
Yeah. It premiered with 2. Comes out on Sundays, and so the third one just came out. But yeah, I liked it. I think the only thing I didn't like, for some reason, that kid, I don't like him.
Therapist kid.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And they, like, anytime it's just him, I'm just like, I don't know.
Yeah.
But everyone else, I was like,
because the other two kids are good.
yes.
The other two kids are good.
Yes. Oh, yeah. Even their encounter together. Yeah. Oh, that's good. But
Yeah, I think it's so far I'm liking it, but not loving it.
yeah.
But it's enough that I'm like, okay, can you keep watching it? Especially with the people behind making it. It was like some of the people from Succession.
Oh, is it? I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Okay.
And so
I didn't recognize the showrunner or creator's name, but I wasn't aware anyone that's involved in this. Main reason why I remember seeing a trailer, and they didn't really show anyone else as much, but they obviously, of course, they centered on Zach Galifianakis, and I was like, okay,
yeah,
I'm gonna watch it because of him. But then I didn't realize other people were in it. So
the scene where she's giving him the stop,
yes,
and then the first letter S is stop. In the acronym,
oh, he
stop,
gets so,
and he's like,
he gets so mad.
He
gets so mad so quick. It's great.
It's so great. That scene was.
He's great because it's like he's just angry all the time. He's angry all the time because he created something like a long time ago, right? But like he doesn't have it. No one has any appreciation for him, or it's something along the lines of that, or he's not been recognized at all
enough for it, or something.
Yeah, something like that. Anyways, it's good.
Yeah, but yeah. That was like I was.
Yeah, that was good.
He's like, I'm sure you guys got in a room together and high fived over this, but.
Yep.
All right. Well, that's on AMC Plus, which is
Yeah, not many people have it, but normally you can just do it through Apple or Amazon. But I believe there is its own app as well.
But it's easier just to make it an add-on.
Yes, yep. Just like MGM, which I've mentioned before, because there's like surprisingly good shows on there, but no one gets it because it's like just a streaming service. No one uses. But
all right, well, the last thing I have, which I'm surprised you didn't watch this.
Okay,
Margot's Got Money Troubles.
I was about to. I just haven't yet. Yeah.
All right. Well, I watched the first 3 episodes.
Okay.
Which is like released this past week with 3 episodes. So this is a kind of a comedy, dramedy. Has Elle Fanning, Nick Offerman, Greg Kinnear, Michelle Pfeiffer, Thadia Grayne, which she was in Sex Education and other stuff like.
Right.
Yeah, she's not as well known. This is made by David E. Kelly, which he's made a ton of awesome things.
Yes.
This is a young mother struggles to make ends meet. When her estranged father offers help, she starts an OnlyFans account using his advice from pro wrestling. Though successful, she wonders if internet fame comes at a too high of a cost. That's the premise. But like this show is, it's good. It's great. It's funny.
Is it? Okay.
It's funny. I mean, you get like Nick Offerman,
of course,
and Elle Fanning, like him playing her dad, and then even that's why I wanted Thadia Graham, like is her roommate. Okay. And like even her, like the premise, so this is not too spoilers. This is like right in the beginning. He's a famous retired wrestler. Well, she's like she's a fan of his stuff.
Oh.
And watching it, but like she doesn't know that's her dad because they've been estranged, and she doesn't tell anybody it's her dad. So then when he shows up, she's like fangirling the whole time, but like trying to be cool. And then he's like there, and he's just like this washed up wrestler guy here that has nothing really. Anyway, it's the dynamic's great, and they're all great, and Elle Fanning's great and funny, and anyway.
Yeah, I knew somewhat of this premise just from the trailer is all I saw, but
and Michelle Pfeiffer, she's great, and
that's the thing I was going to mention is it's crazy that Michelle Pfeiffer is in 2 TV shows right now.
What else is she in?
The Madison.
Oh, I don't watch that, but yeah. Okay.
Yeah. It's another Sheridan thing.
Yeah.
But it's just like, it's just crazy because she's like, I mean, maybe not as much anymore, not as big of a star, but she is. I mean, literally, she was the girl in Scarface. It's just like, it's just crazy. But
anyway, that's on Apple TV Plus. I highly recommend it. At least checking it out and see if it's. I mean, obviously, if it doesn't, it's not your vibe. It's not your vibe, but I really liked what it was so far.
Okay.
Like the
Yeah, I was
tone,
planning
the
on watching
tone,
it.
and everything with it. It's like really good.
I'm glad it's like actually funny then, because that was the only thing I couldn't tell from the trailer. But so that's
Yeah,
good.
I mean, it's not full on
Yeah,
comedy,
like you said, it's a
it's
mix.
like
Of,
yeah, dramedy, but it definitely has comedic beats to it a lot.
Yeah.
Yeah, even with like, yeah, the baby and stuff that she's dealing with. It's funny. All right, before we get into our final little news thing I wanted to discuss with you. So, Dunes Day,
Yep.
December 19th. 19th? Yeah, 18th. December 18th. Dunes Day.
Yes. We've talked about this.
Yeah, well, so but it's official now. Neither one of them are moving their date.
Okay. I didn't think they
Avengers
would, but it
is
was
standing its ground.
Yeah, it was up in the air, but yeah, I was like, I don't think they're
So
gonna.
Dune 3 secured all the IMAX screens.
Yes.
So then what did Disney do?
Oh, I heard about this.
Yes, they made their own thing.
Yeah.
Infinity Vision.
Yeah. Can you explain what it is though? Because I couldn't understand it.
It's basically just a certification, the best way to put it. So there's certain criteria that one theater would have to meet, like like a large enough screen, bright enough, like it's only laser projection, which is like the newer, brighter stuff, right? Only, like there's certain criteria. It has to have high-end sound, but that could be Dolby Atmos or something else. It doesn't have to. So it's not. Like technically, probably at Warehouse, both their Dolby Atmos screens at the Frederick location and the Hagerstown location that we would frequent probably would meet the criteria in this.
Okay, so the screen really isn't any different.
No, they have 4K laser projectors, which means they're bright enough.
Yeah, but you're saying most of them are like that now anyway.
It's a larger screen. Well, I mean, not necessarily like it's a larger screen, and then they have premium sound. So like they probably maybe I'm wrong, but like what I was reading about it, it's basically there's like kind of this. So you can qualify for it, and then once you qualify for it, and I guess get the designation, then you could advertise this. But then also means that because of re-releasing
Endgame
and
this
in this like early August or September, like September I think it is, sometime like late summer, early fall, in this format as well.
Well, but the thing that's most exciting about that is that they said that they're putting in extra footage.
Yes,
which is like didn't even know they had extra footage. So
there's always extra footage. Dude.
Yeah, but normally it would be on the digital or Blu-ray or all that, like not. But that's just cool that they're adding in new stuff to that movie. Mm-hmm. So that's kind of reason enough to go watch it. I mean, I was probably going to rewatch those two at least before that anyway.
Yeah.
Because I did hear them talk about a little bit more about how this really is more of a follow-up to those two. And even there's a lot of characters from like
the movies in between.
Yeah, but they're not, it's not really focused on that, which is good because that's their low point.
Mm-hmm. This is their hope for a reset, kind of.
Yes,
we'll see.
Yeah, we'll see.
But anyway,
Dune 3 is still more exciting, obviously.
Yeah, and we can talk about it next week. I think because we're going to end of this week. We're going to Trailer Fest, and then we'll talk about that and talk a lot about the trailers next week in this podcast.
Yes.
And get into this kind of stuff and some of the news that came out of CinemaCon a little bit more next week. But I did want to touch on that because that's a little like side thing that we had been talking about. Is somebody going to, they're playing chicken and someone going to, basically get scared and well.
But I mean, it could be an advantage though, because it worked for Barbenheimer. So
yeah, but yeah. So that's
like they both did incredibly well.
Yeah.
Box office wise.
Yeah.
So
yeah, I agree. I mean, like, yeah, it's just going to be hard. It's because it's always hard for me to find time to go to the theater. Anyway, it's going to be even harder to be able to try to watch two films in the same weekend that are both going to be like probably 3-hour movies.
Hours, yeah.
So,
you know what though? The only thing that sucks is we don't really have an IMAX. around here.
Not one close enough.
Yeah.
I did find out someone was telling me they extended the release of Project Hail Mary, and they were even showing it at the one down in DC, the Planetarium.
Oh yeah.
IMAX, which normally they don't show like feature films there. It's only like documentaries and things. But because I guess this one's about space anyway, it fits. And
there's a lot of like,
and that's the closest real IMAX to us. But most of the time they're not showing feature films.
Okay.
So it's not yeah. But anyway.
Okay.
So though you feel it was overhyped and you probably don't want to see it again.
No, I don't need to see that one again. No. Dune 3 at the planetarium would be sick.
Yeah, we'll have to keep our eye out, see what they do. That's it's science.
It is science.
Space. It's in space.
Yeah, it's not it might not be as real world science as Project Hail Mary, but science nonetheless.
All right, let's get into Euphoria season 3, episode 2, American My Dream. Rue travels to Mexico, confronting intense displacement and danger while trying to navigate her debt to Lori. Jules faces pressure in art school, and Cassie deals with the fallout of her OnlyFans.
Right.
I also just find, we were literally just talking about it, but I just find it funny, like, there's two shows like with OnlyFans as like a main plot line, and it's like, well, you hit mainstream when you're getting written into plot lines of TV shows. But anyway, all right. So as we did last time, just figured we'd kind of break these into like some of the story. I mean, they overlap a little bit, but yeah. So this one we kick off with Maddie's kind of backstory.
I wanted to ask you just first, as an overall, do you think, now that we have 2 episodes of this season in particular, do you think this is a good season?
That's a good question, Jared.
Season 1 and 2 were very different and very good in my opinion. Yeah. This season, I really enjoyed the premiere though, first episode. Man, this episode was rough. I don't know how you felt about it, but
no, I mean, I'm with you. Well, I felt to me, this episode and the first episode like are the same.
Okay.
Like other than like there was that interesting opening with Rue, but like otherwise, like I feel like they're just trying to catch you up and get things set up still.
Well, so to expand on that though, like, well, this happened in the last episode as well, but like I feel like even more so in this episode, like it seems like this season they're trying too hard and being like way too extra and shocking just because, I guess, because it was never, in my opinion, it was never this gratuitous with everything in season 1 and 2. All that kind of stuff, anything that had to do like with any subject matter, there was still a lot of in season 1 and 2, but this just seems over the top. I know, like you said last episode, you were like, I don't need to see all this puking, but like in this one, it's just like a different thing that's just like, is this necessary? But then also like, I'm trying to think, there's like a scene in the strip club in particular that Alamo, that's his name, right? Yeah. Is like having this conversation with like his dude about being called a pig, I think. And I'm like, this is bad dialogue. And like what they're trying to do, it's kind of like they're trying to like go back and forth, like almost like in a Tarantino way. Not at all though.
Yeah,
it's bad.
Yeah.
So like, but I don't know. I last episode, there's still some of that bad stuff, but I didn't think as much, in my opinion, as this episode. Like this episode, I'm just like, now I'm like a little worried for this season, but we'll see.
Yeah. I mean, I kind of felt from last episode, I felt like, yeah.
Right.
And I'm feeling it. Yeah. I'm still feeling it here. You're only watching it because of watching season 1 and 2. You're not watching it. Like if this was like season 1 of something and it was this, I'd be like, what am I watching? There's probably 10 other things better that I could watch right now.
Yep.
And probably would just either forget about it or, let it fall off the side until, unless I was bored and had nothing else to watch, which is rare that happens.
Yeah, I don't think that would happen to you.
Not normally. So.
Well, I will say one positive though. The score is awesome, especially in this episode. There are specific sections. There's one cue in particular. I was like, this is just hitting so hard. And
I'm sure it's out there already, but I'm just waiting for the fan edit where they replace all the music with
Labyrinth
stuff
instead of Hans Zimmer.
Just stuff from like season 1. Because I still think that's one of the things is missing. That
it is.
It gives it like the right vibe, and so it doesn't feel like Euphoria.
No, but this feel of this season is so different than season 1 and 2. So then you got to change the music also for that to fit that feel. Yeah. Oh. But I agree, the Labyrinth score is a huge part of it. But anyway.
Yeah. All right. Well, so you get Maddie's backstory of kind of how she notices and sees the opportunity for kind of bringing influencers in as representation as well. But then like the agency she's working for, the lady's old school and thinks it's too close to porn.
Yep.
And so she's like, yeah, we can't do that. So then she has to drop her and then of course miss that opportunity. And then this one starts to cross over with Cassie and Nate is a storyline. So kind of grouped them together for this, but so then she reconnects with Cassie.
Yes.
And at the same time, Nate's kind of, she reconnects and then because she's found like, hey, here's somebody I could represent, because she realized, that was a missed opportunity that I missed back then. So now it's a couple of years later and Cassie could, if I managed her, could break out in this area too. And so then they meet, which I did like that meeting, like, cause
me too.
Maddie, I mean, obviously she was putting on a front to make it seem like she's a little bit bigger deal than she was, but then of course Cassie just falls for it all and and stuff. But that was,
I was gonna say the same thing.
That was a good scene.
Yeah.
And then but then Nate, they're having a barbecue / fundraising for his seed money for his project, and I guess she kind of blurts about one of the wives what she's doing, and then she says something to her husband, and then he brings up to Nate, and he basically tells her to delete the account.
Yeah,
and then it looks like she does.
Yeah, did she though?
I don't know. That's. I mean, I think she didn't. Yeah, because I think this is going to continue.
Yeah,
because she's too determined, and I think she just faked it or something. But
also Nate has to get $100,000.
Yeah,
I'm assuming that's mainly why he
puts on that. And then we get those brief moments with his dad, which obviously it was nice that they were able to get at least some scenes with that actor. I'm drawing a blank his name off the top of my head right now.
Eric Dane. Before he passed.
And obviously you can tell they have him sitting in every shot already, but so that was, I mean, it's nice that they got him in there.
It is good. I wonder how much they even shot with him, if he's going to be in any other episode, but yeah.
That's about it for.
Yeah, I guess it is everything. Anything else? I think it'll be interesting. Her telling Nate that she's inviting his ex-girlfriend to the wedding.
She did say that at the end. Well, and them arguing about like, he's like, my Maddie. She's like, no, my Maddie.
Mm-hmm. I hope that'll feel more like classic Euphoria, where it's like a big. Maybe that's where they all collide, and then there's just a lot of drama, because that happens in season 1 and 2. So I hope that happens, because I think that'll feel more like.
Well, hopefully that's a way to bring them all together earlier.
Yes.
So that it's not just like a moment. Because then what I'm worried about, and which we're kind of seeing a little bit so far, is this being like season 4 of Arrested Development.
Oh yeah.
where everyone's like on these like side storylines and they don't really overlap very much because everyone's shooting schedule and stuff. And so
that was terrible when
and then season. It's like what worked is this ensemble cast. And so that's a little bit of, you know, this too, like the drama they can create with, and they're all crossing paths because they're all coming from these different worlds even. And, you know, that's what kind of worked in some of the ways. So, so again, when they don't have high school to be that like constant, like, well, we all cross paths at school, even though we're doing other things outside of school. Yeah. So anyway, that we're not getting that in the way.
It's a good comparison. Yeah.
All right. So then the other storyline pretty much is Rue, and then a little bit of Jules in there.
Yes.
Yeah.
It's surprising. Well, we can talk about Jules last since it kind of ends the episode with that. But I thought we'd see more of her since we didn't get any of her in the first episode. Yeah. But
I'm guessing.
Very interesting scene, though.
I'm wondering, as they did with Maddie this time, if they do like a intro backstory of Jules in the next one.
Well, they did a little bit with it's like one scene of her.
Yeah, it was more like where Rue crossed paths with her, right? And so I still think, because they did that, they showed a little bit of Maddie in episode 1.
Yes, that's right.
And then to start this one, they did like, and that's what, because I rewatched season 1 recently. They basically did that in season 1.
They did,
as they like introed each character, like each later would like be, and they gave like Nate's backstory. They gave like, you know, they gave different backstories of as then they were going to be a little bit more the lead in that episode. So anyway, so yeah, we get Rue. She's starting to work for Alamo. He calls up the, I didn't write it down, but the, it was up here with
Lori.
Lori, yeah, I was forgetting her name. And basically says, "Oh well, you know, we're even. She's mine. I took one of you took one of my girls. I'm taking one of your girls."
Yep.
And so she's quote unquote debt free.
Right.
We get this brief mention of like her visiting Jules briefly when she was in art school. Kind of really not much of a scene.
No, but around that you also see, she says in the narration she relapses at that time, but then crucially then also says she hasn't been sober since. But we don't really know what she's been doing. She says like California sober is what she says to Jules.
Yeah, later, which means weed and alcohol. Yeah.
But did you see how much was at the club though?
I know. She has access to a lot of it.
That she could just have at any time except for when she's on the clock is what the boss guy says. But
she seems pretty healthy.
She does. That's why I was surprised.
Like the way they're making her look. So,
yeah, it didn't seem like she, I mean, because especially taking the woman to the sketchy rehab place. Rue seems pretty, she looks and seems pretty healthy.
Yeah. So that's nice. I mean, so then we meet this stripper that was friends with the one that OD'd in the first episode.
Yes.
And so then she starts to, I guess, go down, getting too high and too like, because I guess they're all doing drugs at some level, but I guess it's like getting out of control with it. And then, so then he gives Rue the opportunity to take her to rehab and like, hey, if you fix this, there's another promotion in here for you.
Yeah.
So like we see Rue, like, it seems like she's trying to keep it together and she's liking this responsibility and she's liking working in a strip club because she gets to see a lot of hot girls.
Yes. What was I going to say? I was going to say something about that. Oh, I did like the, just the amount of times that shoes were thrown was great.
Well, like I like this. I thought you were going to say like, I like the scene where Rue throws them back.
Yes.
And like, it's like, oh, cause she's like, well, this needs a woman's touch. And then she does that. I did like that. And then the other thing, I mean, just always watching Zendaya, like just her face, what she does with her face is insane.
It's amazing.
And
is she on the level of Sean Penn in one battle after another
Well, I know. I just like
that we just talked about.
yeah.
But no, but
she
you're
does
right.
a lot.
She is like one of the yeah.
There's a lot.
It's like I just will watch her in anything.
Yeah.
That is one of the I mean that is one of the things about and probably why. Well, even if a lot of people hate this season, people go see Zendaya in anything she's in. So
yeah. Yeah. So then she ends up, I guess, heading to the city. Was it L.A.? I guess it looked like it must have been L.A. Had to be L.A. That's the only thing that looked like that.
Yeah.
That's in that general area where they're at.
Yeah, that building and
to visit Jules. Yeah.
Yeah, and the place Jules is staying in is sick.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
And then I guess so Jules is living in somebody else's second apartment or whatever. And
Yes.
then living, and then of course Rue's like, oh, so you live in the double life or like something. It's this guy has a family somewhere, and she
says, I don't believe people should be monogamous.
Yeah.
It is interesting that, because she doesn't really get into it yet. Again, like the sugar baby, I call her like a high-end escort. I guess that's kind of the same thing. I don't know, but she seems way, I don't know the right word is. She seems way more cold to her in this scene, which I thought was very interesting, because the scenes with them two are always interesting, I think.
Yeah. Well, I think it's where she's gotten to.
Well, she does say, she's like, you can't just like show up anytime.
But
and
I mean,
like
also mean, like
Jules,
like, I mean, she's got to be cutting off the emotion if like the thing she's doing, right? Like the lifestyle she's living.
Very true.
You got to almost be like closed and not open. And so even when Rue shows up, she's kind of just, I think,
keeps that going.
Yeah. It's like, that's just what she's used to. But then, so we get the line where you had to. So what are you saying? I still have a chance.
Yep.
And, which, I thought of Dumb and Dumber right away. But then, just right before we cut to black, Jules is like, oh, I'm taking a bath. You gonna keep me company? And
that's another.
Rue's like, oh,
it's another good moment, because she's like, Rue is bummed. She's like, lay on the floor, and she's like, all right, yeah, I'll leave. And then when she says, yeah, I'm taking a bath, you want to keep me company? Another just amazing facial performance from Zendaya. Mm-hmm. It's all you need. She didn't have to say anything. It's great.
Yep. Look at. So, what do you think they're going to reconnect and reconcile, or you think this is going to be disastrous? Because I think you alluded to that when she reconnected with Jules before in art school is when she kind of relapsed heavy. Because then we get that scene where she's like crying, calling her mom.
Yep.
So do you think that, like, and then of course they allude to, she's like, something, she says like, well, what do you think? You're bad for me? Or like, you remember like Jules says something like that in the apartment there.
Yeah. She says something like, when we are together, like we're always, it's bad. Yeah. Yeah. Something like that.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know. I think it's going to be which will be good if they do this, because it'll make the season better. If there's just a lot of scenes of them and like tension, and maybe her still being kind of cold towards her. I don't know, because I think all those scenes are interesting. So I hope they do that more. I hope that goes through most of the season, honestly. So I think there'll be at least some highlights, because, man, there's some low points in these, especially this episode. So, because I just mean, like, the reason why I asked this up front, because it's like the amount we see in the strip club just seems like, all right. Or how much we see of Cassie. It seems like almost he just wanted to do it just to be like, I don't know. Because that was always a heavy influence on season 1 and 2. but I don't remember going or being that gratuitous, I guess is my point.
Yeah.
So I don't know. And then also the pig thing, the pig like pooping and all that is just like another thing. Like the last episode was puke. It's just like, I don't understand the fascination, but all right.
Yeah. And that's right. I forgot, because that's like just a side thing, but I guess it's implying that Alamo guy left the pig there.
Oh yeah, for sure. Because it says remember the Alamo.
Yeah. And then because like in the beginning, Rue is like cleaning even the pig pens and stuff.
Yes, that's right.
And cleaning the toilet at the strip club.
Mm-hmm.
There's like, there's kind of shots in there that are also kind of gross.
Pretty gross. Yep.
Yeah. Yep. I don't know. Like you said, it's not loving it, but we're gonna watch it because it's the last season / the people that are in this / we watched season 1 and 2. So
yeah, and I mean, and there's still highlights like we just mentioned. Rue and Joel's scenes are great. The Maddie and Cassie scene was great. I think I don't remember what I was gonna say, but I was gonna say something else that just I hope they do more of this season is just do a lot more of those kind of scenes that just like would be in season 1 and 2. Because I like the different feel, the neo-noir, whatever you want to call it. It's very different, but you can still have those scenes. That still is a big part of Euphoria. You don't have the labyrinth element, which is another big part, but you could still have those scenes. And again, I think what Hans Zimmer is doing for the score, I think is sick. Also, though, I like it.
Yeah, I think I'm not even. I think it's like not registering because it just feels wrong because it feels different.
Mm-hmm.
So then it's like it just doesn't, and it's not his fault, I'm sure.
Yeah,
it's like just. Well, it's like we were talking about. What's his name that played Harrison Ford in played Solo in the movie Solo, Han Solo.
Yeah.
Alden
Ehrenreich.
Ehrenreich, that says. And like, there's nothing there that's his fault, but like,
yep,
it's you
can't be Han Solo.
He can't be Harrison Ford.
Yeah, only Harrison Ford can be Han Solo.
And and it's like I feel like it's Hans Zimmer's fault. I'm sure what he's doing is great, but it's like, but it's not what you're looking for. It's like you can make a great cheeseburger, but if you're in the mood for some shrimp, it's not gonna hit.
It's not gonna hit. Yep.
Yeah. So
very true.
Yep. Cool. Well, what do you guys think? Thoughts on anything we discussed today or in previous episodes? Please send us some feedback. You can do that by leaving a comment on any of the social media platforms or DM us, or you can email us at feedback@screentimepod.com. And if you don't already, please like and subscribe and follow on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, YouTube, Facebook, Instagram, and TikTok. And you want to follow Jared or I on Instagram. I'm at JYoungBar.
And I'm at Jared Youngbar.
All right. Well, we'll touch you guys next week.